Hello, I'm glad to see you in VNews. And now today's headlines.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng meets with voters in Hải Phòng. The state session of the Steering Committee for Vietnam-China Bilateral Cooperation took place in Beijing, China. Vietnam attends the Asian Cultural Heritage Festival in the U.S.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng on May 11th met with voters in the northern city of Hải Phòng to answer their queries and hear their aspirations.
Local voters expressed their pleasure at the achievements made by the entire party, army and people during the national socio-economic development process. They proposed the state continue to have policies supporting businesses, investing more in agriculture, farmers and rural areas, as well as speeding up the implementation of some infrastructure projects. Acknowledging voters' wholehearted ideas, Prime Minister Dũng said, in the time to come, the government will continue strengthening measures to maintain macroeconomic stability, curb inflation, remove difficulties for businesses, and maintain high growth in 2013, while ensuring social welfare, security and defense. Applauding their opinions on the draft amendments to the 1992 Constitution and the amended land law, the government leaders said these are important issues relating to the destiny of the country and the life of people. The party, state and government will hear and acquire voters' comments to build a modern and advanced constitution that meets the country's development requirements in the new period and a new land law that satisfies the people's legitimate demands, the Prime Minister stressed.
The Cultural Sports Tourism Week and the second Red Flamboyant Festival kicked off in the northern port city of Hải Phòng on May 11th. Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng attended the opening ceremony.
The event is the highlight of the National Tourism Year of the Red River Delta, themed Red River Civilization. Addressing the event, Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng said the 2013 Red River Delta Hải Phòng National Tourism Year offers the region a chance to make tourism a key economic sector for national socio-economic development. He said ministries, departments and localities are working on the general tourism development strategy and master plan until 2020 with a vision to 2030 to boost tourism in professional, sustainable and modern manner. Dũng asked them to tap internal sources and advantages of history, culture, and landscapes, as well as to make the most of domestic and international assistance to transform the Hanoi, Hải Phòng, Quảng Ninh development triangle and the Red River Delta region into the country's special cultural and tourism hub. The leader encouraged each local and visitor to join efforts in building a friendly and sustainable tourism environment, thus popularizing the tradition of Vietnam hospitality. Ministries and departments were also required to work with regional localities to remove obstacles in tourism activities, generate more jobs, reduce poverty, and bring the region a new facelift.
The sixth session of the Steering Committee for Vietnam-China Bilateral Cooperation was held in Beijing on May 11th. The event was co-chaired by Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Thiện Nhân, Chairman of Vietnam Subcommittee, and Chinese State Councillor Jiang Jiqi, Head of China Subcommittee.
During the session, Vietnam and China reached a broad common perception on promoting the comprehensive strategic cooperation between the two countries. Both sides agreed that strengthening the strategic trust and tightening comprehensive cooperation are suitable to the basic and long-term interests of the two peoples. They agreed to maintain high-level exchanges, bring into full play the role of the Steering Committee for Vietnam-China Bilateral Cooperation, and urgently discuss and start an action program on implementing the two countries' comprehensive strategic cooperation partnership. They underlined the need to share experience in party building and national management, while organize the upcoming 9th theoretical conference between the two parties. They said they would actively speed up transport projects connecting the two countries. The two sides affirmed to seriously realize the common possession reached by the Vietnamese and Chinese leaders, and the agreement on basic principles guiding the settlement of sea-related issues between the two countries through negotiations and friendly consultations to settle the disputes peacefully. Both sides vowed to comprehensively and effectively implement the declarations on the conduct of the parties in the East Sea in order to maintain peace and stability in the sea.
A talk show on green development options for Vietnam was held in Hanoi on May 11th. The event aims to promote youth interest, understanding, and actions for agricultural and sustainable development in the country.
The talk show was held by the Vietnam Green Generation Network, the European Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam, and the Institute of Policy and Strategy for Agriculture and Rural Development. Participants discussed agricultural development, challenges for sustainable agriculture in Vietnam, as well as solutions for agricultural development and orientations for young people. Vietnam is one of the world's biggest rice exporters and famous for its rice, coffee, and farm produce. However, up to 90% of Vietnamese agricultural exports are raw materials. Besides, climate change, economic crisis, and pollution are posing challenges to the country as it finds an appropriate, sustainable agricultural development model. Đặng Kim Sơn, Director of the Institute of Policy and Strategy for Agriculture and Rural Development, stressed that agricultural growth could decline if investment in science and technology is insufficient and management thoughts remains untrained. Therefore, Vietnam needs to find a suitable model for sustainable agricultural development during its industrialization process.
As many as 1,000 students, volunteers, and local people have participated in the Safe Walking campaign. The events were launched in Ho Chi Minh City on May 11th in response to the second United Nations Global Road Safety Week. Let's take a look.
The event covered a series of activities, including exchanges with the Goodwill Ambassador, a program to provide information on appropriate pedestrian behavior, a photo exhibition, and a roadshow to promote safe walking. These activities aim to raise awareness of safe walking and warn people about the threats pedestrians face on the streets today. On the occasion, the organization board also presented awards to the 60 best entries in the safe walking photography contest. More than 100 photos from the contest were selected to introduce the topic to the public in Ho Chi Minh City. About 30 people in Vietnam die every day due to traffic accidents, and pedestrians are at the highest risk of being killed or injured in an accident.
Vietnam bagged 7 gold medals and 2 silvers at the International Exhibition for Young Inventors Contest held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia from May 9 to 11th.
This is the highest achievement the Vietnamese delegation has won since it participated in the contest. This year's event attracted 47 competitors from 13 countries around the world. The contest was held in Japan in 2004 for the first time to mark the 100th anniversary of the Japan Institute of Invention and Innovation. This is an ideal playing ground for young talents in science and technology.
Vietnam joined 9 other Asian countries and territories at the Asian Cultural Heritage Festival in Stony Brook City, New York on May 11th. Our reporters have more.
The event is the 5th of its kind held in the U.S., which aims to create a chance for Asian countries to introduce to international visitors their special cultural identities as well as cultural and natural heritage sites recognized by UNESCO, with the aim to strengthen solidarity and mutual understanding among nations. Vietnam brought to this year's event a collection of áo dài, traditional long dresses, the tea-making art, conical head dances, and handicrafts. Many visitors revealed that they will visit Vietnam in the near future to eyewitness the beauty of Vietnam, as well as discover the country's traditional culture and its achievements during national construction and development.
That's VNA from Hanoi. I'm Bảo Ngọc. Thank you for watching and see you next time.